welcome to Kent Tonight on KMTV. I'm Louisa Britton. Coming up in the programme: drug addict sent to prison for burglary, distracted drivers slapped with harsher penalties, and sisters chop off their locks for charity. But first this evening, 3 men have been sent to prison after a fight at a Dartford bar left a doorman with serious injuries. The man on the left is Charles King, his dad George is on the right, the other man is Obi Barker. They were at the Courthouse pub in Spittal Street when it happened. Jimmy Eastwood was also involved in the punch-up. The victim was left with a fractured eye socket and permanent double vision. They've been sentenced collectively to more than 10 years. A drug addict who conned his way into homes to burgle them has been sent to prison for almost 3 years. George Bignall's been locked up twice before for similar crimes. His latest was a burglary in Sittingbourne. He went to the home of a mum of 5 in November and asked for a drink of water. He then became threatening and asked her for money, then stole her purse. Bignall returned the next day and was involved in an altercation with the woman's sister. The 37-year-old was sentenced to 2 years and 8 months. Now, distracted drivers who are caught using their phones at the wheel now face 6 points on their licence and a fine of £200. KMTV went on a patrol with Kent Police to see how many drivers still offend. Josie Hannett has this report.
He's on the phone, that silver van. Can you see him?
Got him, yeah.
Okay. The silver ashtray. He's holding a silver phone to his right ear with his right hand.
Sergeant Christopher Wade spots a driver talking on his phone in the distance.
He doesn't realise we're stopping him. Hello. Right, Mark, if you want to have a word with him, we'll take him off at the next junction.
He's pulled over, given points and a fine.
You say just over a fine,
yeah,
but...
I know, but I wasn't speeding and acting like a wally. You know,
How long does it take to be involved in a serious crash?
But
How long does it take? It's just a second, isn't it?
KMTV went on a patrol with police on the busy M20 during rush hour to see how drivers using phones is such a big problem. Within 4 minutes of leaving the depot in Aylesford, a driver was caught.
Oh, highway maintenance vehicle. Should know better, really.
Do you have a full licence?
Yeah.
UK? Yeah. How long have you held that?
As of the 1st of March, it would be 6 penalty points and a £200 fine. 6 points is going to hurt. Provisional drivers especially, or anyone that's only passed the test within the last 2 years, will face disqualification.
We were in the car 4 minutes. They already found someone who was on their phone, and whilst we pulled this person over, there's since been another person who has been caught on their phone, so we're just going to find them now.
It's like drink driving was back in the 80s. You know, it was fairly commonplace for in the 60s and 70s for people to have a couple of drinks and drive, and I would like to think that people recognise how antisocial drink driving is. What were you, sat-nav or texting or?
Oh no, sat-nav.
Are you using your sat-nav?
It
I sense a bit of frustration. Mate, I'm not here to give you our time, all right, but the reason that we feel very passionate about it, and Kent Police, is that I work in the crash investigation team, so we deal with fatal and serious crashes.
The next driver was caught using a phone, not wearing a seatbelt and with no insurance. In 90 minutes, we found 9 drivers using a phone behind the wheel.
We're just addicted to our devices. We can't, if it go off, people can't resist the temptation, the urge to look at it. They're compelled to look at that message, to answer that call. They can't let it go.
But with the new penalties in place, police are making a point by adding 6 of them to your licence. This is Josie Hannett for KMTV.
A woman from Kent who was scammed by a man on Tinder has since been sacked as a teaching assistant. We reported last week how Anna Rose started a campaign to change online dating law. The 44-year-old from Rough Common near Canterbury exclusively told KMTV she wanted those who create fake profiles on dating sites to be prosecuted for fraud, communication and sex offences. She's since lost her job at Faversham's Ethelberts Road Primary School. A KCC spokesperson said they were unable to comment as the matter is an employment issue. Cafes are doing their bit to help homelessness this winter. Coffee shops across the county are taking part in the suspended coffee movement, which lets customers buy a drink for someone in need. The idea of suspended coffees may have started in Italy, but it's now made it all the way to Kent and even into this little cafe in Medway. Now, the way that the scheme works is that when someone comes in and buys their regular cup of tea or coffee, they also buy a second drink, which is effectively put on a tab for anyone who needs it. Now, Cafe Nucleus here in Chatham is just one of 10 other places in Kent that operate the scheme, and although they've only just started the project, they're hopeful that it will take off soon and will help homeless people in the area. After just 4 weeks of operating the scheme, this cafe already has coffees, teas and hot chocolates ready to be collected. The difficulty though is spreading the word so the people in need know it's available. But Vlad, who has worked for Nucleus Arts for 3 years, is confident once properly underway it could really benefit the community.
It has the potential to really grow internationally because it's a really cool movement. We used to get a lot of customers that buy takeaways and then they give them to the homeless outside. With this scheme it's much easier as well, and obviously there's this bit of socializing as well. So instead of like the homeless people being outcasts and like just like, you know, people like giving them stuff, they can literally come out to the coffee shop, you know, ask for that and like socialize and like, you know, meet other people. I think it kind of brings this warmth to the whole situation. Instead of like homeless people being neglected, I think it will bring a little bit more light to it and also bring also business. I mean, that's really the good part for both sides, and it's about the business and it's about obviously the homeless people.
Half of the cafes in Kent that are taking part are from Medway, where homelessness has been a particular problem this winter. And with the movement being supported by thousands of cafes around the world, it seems such a simple act of kindness can indeed go a long way. Louisa Britton, KMTV, Chatham. And finally, 2 sisters have chopped off their long locks to raise money for 3 good causes. Here's 12-year-old Kira Halford Dunn having 12 inches cut off. Her 8-year-old sister Tegan had 10. They've raised money for Cancer Research UK and the Kelly Turner Fund. Their hair will be donated to the Little Princess Trust to make wigs for children facing cancer. And just before we go, here's Ivy with a look at the weather.
It will be windy tonight with temperatures as low as 5 degrees. We'll finally have some sun Thursday morning with the sun popping up all over Kent. Temperatures will rise towards Thursday afternoon, but it will remain windy.
Well, that's all from us this evening. We'll be back again tomorrow with all the latest stories from across your county. In the meantime, don't forget you can always keep up to date by listening to KMFM or logging on to kentonline.co.uk. We've got a series of special programmes, that's Paul on Politics, Chris & Co and Team Talk. You can see all of those on our website kmtv.co.uk. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.